Good morning, dear viewers. Happy weekend. Happy last Saturday in the month of April 2025. Happy Easter. How are you? I believe that you are well. As always, we are grateful to Almighty God for keeping us alive and well, strong and healthy, hale and hearty. This is Be Inspired. We are reaching you live from our KIJC studio, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Special thanks to KIJC for making this program possible. Today is Saturday, April 26, 2025. This talk show is about promoting entrepreneurship and creativity, as well as any form of service that people in our immediate environment provide. We hope to inspire you out there watching us live to take that bold step to start up your own business, no matter how small, regardless of the challenge that you may face in the process. This will believe is our own way of contributing towards increasing our nation's gross domestic product (GDP) and improving our society. My name is Iquo Johnson, and I am the host of this program. We shall take a breather at the moment. Please stay with us. Thank you, and God bless you.
Do you have a business idea? Are you thinking of how to work your dream? Then be inspired. Learn from experienced entrepreneurs. Discover and develop your talents and potentials. Be challenged. Take that bold step to start up your business. Use your skills for the good of the society. Give wings to your vision. Let it fly. Be inspired. Brought to you by KIJC, live from KIJC Studio, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Live stream via Facebook at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Watch the rerun card via YouTube every Saturday by 6 p.m. at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo. Be inspired, promoting entrepreneurship.
Break and thank you for staying with us. If you are just joining us, this is Be Inspired. We are reaching you live from our KIJC studio, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Please remember to like and follow our Facebook page at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo. Then join us on Monday, April 28, 2025 for the rebroadcast of this particular episode by 7 p.m. via the same Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at KIJCENL. Thank you very much. My name is Iquo Johnson. I'm the host of this program. And today we have a full house. As in, we have a very full house today. We have Miracle Blaise. I'd like you to ring the bell for Miracle Blaise. I will introduce you very briefly, then I will hand over to him to introduce himself. Okay, so Miracle Blaise has been mentioned several times on this program. He has been highly commended and recommended. When we're talking about aesthetics in movies made in Akwa Ibom State, we have been talking a lot about aesthetics in movies made in Akwa Ibom State. We have talked to producers and directors, and his name keeps coming up. So I told him that today we're going to host him on the program. I reached out to him and he accepted. So thank you so much. Please ring the bell for him. Bell you're ringing for him. The second bell is that I gave him time. I said 11 o'clock. Before 10, he had called me. He was already here for me. I told him that your own sense of time is more than 100%. Well done. So thank you very much. Let me switch my camera to him. So you are going to first introduce yourself. Let us know you. I know some of us know you, but for this program, you're going to introduce yourself. Before you introduce yourself, let me say the one I know about you. Okay, so he does a lot of short movies, very nice short films. So Miracle Blaise is an independent filmmaker. And he says, this is very striking, once you get into his page, his web site, the first thing you see is, storytelling for me is a golden chance to be the object of curiosity. Just like you're wondering, how does he do this? Curiosity and inquiry, birth when a lost adult meets a wandering child in an exploration of the universe. Each one showing the other a hybrid view of every story. I'm very on get a hybrid. Very on. You get to better today. Okay, so it says He likes to blend storytelling with visual artistry. I like the way he plays with words. He likes to blend storytelling with visual artistry. He's a visionary filmmaker, and he has over 10 personal films to his credit. I have seen some of them on your Facebook page. So his work showcases a unique and evolving perspective. I agree. He's a cinematographer, he's an editor, he's a director. Okay. He has contributed to more than 100 projects. And then he infuses them with his creative vision and technical expertise. This is a Frank Kabaseko kind of person. Okay, he uses narrative cinema. He does narrative cinema, and he had his debut at Afrif. He's going to tell us about Afrif. I think I know, but I am not so sure, so I would like to hear from you. Afrif 2019, and he has earned accolades with numerous film festivals. He has collaborated on award-winning projects. From that short break, thank you for staying with us. We apologize for that. We have to restore power supply. Okay, so this is Be Inspired. My name is Iquo Johnson. We're talking about Miracle Blaise. I was just introducing him before he gets to introduce himself. So I said he has collaborated on award-winning projects. He has contributed as a director, producer, script writer, and editor. He is the founder and creative head of Habinga. He's going to tell us about that. A pioneering art and technology company established in Akwa Ibom State in 2024. So, this is Miracle Blaise. Let me switch my camera. Okay, so Miracle, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Finally. Okay, so tell us, introduce yourself by yourself now.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Miracle Blaise. I am an independent filmmaker based here in Akwa Ibom State. Yeah, I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories. Yeah, that's technically all.
It is all because I have talked a lot about you. Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you now, what inspired you? This program is called Be Inspired. And I used to say when we were on Inspiration FM, I used to say, this is Be Inspired, and we are on Inspiration FM, but now we're here in our studio. So everything is about the inspiration. So what inspired you to go into storytelling, to becoming an independent filmmaker?
Okay, storytelling for me is first of all a lifestyle.
Okay.
I have always considered myself a storyteller. I believe every child is a storyteller. That's why you always find children picking at things, the curiosity of a child. Some of us get to outgrow that curiosity, some people don't. And I think I'm one of those persons who I got used to chasing the curiosity of a child more than doing anything else. So I would always want to find out what the world is like or in the other boxes. What is it like in the life of a prisoner? What is it like in the life of a market woman? What is it like in the life of a woman? So for me, it's just the curiosity, just chasing after stories, one story to the other, finding out what exists outside of yourself.
Okay, fantastic. Now I have switched my camera to one pretty lady. Camera is back to me. Okay, so we have Miss Uduak Ntuen in the house. There is something she did not say, but I will say it. I do not know why she has not said that. I asked her, what name do you prefer to use? She said Uduak Ntuen. But I know her as Uduak Isong Ntuen. Then I'll tell you a very little story about her father. Her father is actually a very nice person. He used to be the Somebody, you will tell us. He's a big man, no? And then one day I got into trouble with that vehicle inspection officers. That office, they held me. There's something they complained about, and then Uduak and Ibarra came and met me, and she just placed a call to her father, and the issue was resolved. Pronto, mommy, I don't know. You're big, you know. And then he has hosted us. We have been to the house down in Esenudem, right?
Yeah.
We went to a movie. I think it was an audition or so.
Yeah.
And on our way back, we stopped by. He hosted us. We had some wine, you know, like that. So, welcome. Miss Uduak Ntuen. Yes, she is the Chief Executive Officer of I wrote it now. Yes, Fix Her Collection. She has been on this program before now when we were on Inspiration FM. She talks a lot about what she does online marketing, and she makes some money, not a lot, so before you start running after just some money to keep her going. I say. Okay, so she is here. We're not going to, you will talk a little about your Fixer collection, but more on movies. What she has been doing recently is reviewing movies. I was so tripped, you know, when I saw her. She will just pick a movie, she will analyze it, she will dissect it, she will tell her what she likes about the movie, what they did right and wrong. In fact, when Ibarra came here, as a matter of fact, she said, "Oh, it is Uduak you should have invited to the program." I said, "Wow, I did not even think about it." So that was why I reached out to you, and I am so happy that you responded. So thank you so much. Welcome, Ms. Uduak Ntuen. I'm going to switch my camera now to you. So you'll introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Uduak Ntuen. Uduak is Ntuen. My name is Uduak is Ntuen, and I'm a producer, a professional writer, an actor. And should I stop here?
No, do not.
No, I should not. A businesswoman. And let me just say, lastly, for now, a film analyst. Okay. For now, yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. Of course, you know I will come. You will come anytime you call me. I will come. Thank you so much.
Okay, by the way, she's the one who attended her end of year get together, and she dropped a very funny voice note for me. That, "Mama, I feel so bad. You have invited me to several programs. I have not been able to attend, but this one, I am very busy, but I will attend." And she came. She was there very briefly. She took photographs and then she left. So thank you so much. That is being thoughtful. It is being responsive, and I like that. No matter how busy you are, make out time for people who keep in touch with you. So well done. I'm going to ask you, as I asked Miracle, we're actually expecting somebody else, Mr. Emem. Ese Abasi Umoh is a cinematographer as well. He's a colorist, he's a creative director. Sell out loud. So we're expecting him. If he joins us, fine. If not, probably we'll reschedule. Okay, so you tell us what inspired you to go into film analysis and all of that.
Okay, first of all, I feel like there are a lot of things there's a lot of mistakes producers are making that they are not aware of. You might think that, of course, they have the funds, they know it all, but they don't actually. These people are trusting people with their money and they are making mistakes. So, and I noticed that I have an eye to state these flaws. If I'm seeing a movie with you, you might be seeing something else. I'm seeing things differently. I see the flaws, I see the mistakes, and as a professional writer, I know how to tell when a script is good. So because of that, I wanted to enlighten the audience. I wanted to just share knowledge with people and teach producers how to produce movies right. So that's why.
Fantastic. So since you started this film reviews analysis, do you get responses from producers and directors?
Okay, so yes, especially there's some reviews I make when I'm done. People call me and be like, "That thing you said," I'm like, "Yeah, am I lying?" So yes, like I feel like when I produced my first movie, I was so ignorant. There were so many mistakes I made as a producer, and I don't want people out there to make those mistakes. The worst thing that can happen to you as a creative is to produce a film that you're not proud of. Of course, I'm proud of my movie, but I feel like there would have been much. I would have done better than what I did. So that's why I'm here. And of course, people reach out to me to ask for guidance. Of course, how can I do this thing? What should I do? There was even someone that reached out to me recently and was like, "You want to start producing movie on YouTube? What can he do?" And when I was done talking to him and I shared some knowledge with him, he told me, "Uduak, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for this. Let me just pull out a bit." Because movie is not all about you having money and having a good script. There is something else you need to do. But let me not take your time.
Okay, fantastic. I will go over to Miracle Blaise. The same question. Anyway, I'm going to ask you now. There are movies I am reviewing. Before we get there, I like to talk about movies that appeal to you, movies that you find some aesthetic elements in them. On the global scene, by global I mean Hollywood and any other industry. And then you go to the African sub-region, if any. Some people say they do not know any movie from the African sub-region. I know some. I know some artists, some actors from that angle. And then you look at Nollywood, Nigerian film industry, and you come to Akwa Ibom is on its own. So I'll take that one, I'll take from you, and I'll take from Uduak. Those movies that you have found some aesthetic elements, what are those movies and what are those elements?
Okay, I have seen a lot of movies. When it comes to seeing movies, I am very specific about the kinds of movies I look at.
Can you speak up?
Okay. I'm very specific about the kinds of movies I look at, mostly because you're what you take in.
Okay.
Yes. Entertainment and education crosses path. Okay. So you can't, in the bid to entertain yourself, forget that what you're getting entertained by is educating you. So I would say on the global scene, Hollywood is the standard generally. You'd hardly see a failed Hollywood movie, being that it's a culture for them. Filmmaking is a culture for them, and they've been in it for years. So the things you would actually pick out to be failures would be mostly very tiny mistakes and errors that can be overlooked. Very mistakes that, if you want to be critical, do not really matter. So I can mention a whole lot of movies, but there's this movie, Sunset Yellow. Yes, a movie about just two people, an atheist and a cleaner who believes in God. 1 hour plus conversations, one location, but you don't get bored. It was insightful, creative, and I like movies like that. Movies that task the boundaries of how you think and how you perceive life. There's another movie called Platforms. Platforms is a movie about an experiment on human beings using a structure where people are fed in hierarchy. So the food goes from top to bottom, bottom to top. Yeah, so you see that in movies like that, before the food gets from top to bottom, it has finished. So people at the bottom get to eat each other. So yeah, there are in Hollywood, attention is given to beautiful stories, given to pushing the boundaries of thoughts. And here in Africa, you would notice that good movies made by Africans are not very famous, but in film festivals they are. Yeah, matter of fact, in film festivals, African filmmakers dominate. African filmmakers from different countries dominate, and you find very brilliant movies there, but they don't make it out in the world because people are more interested in getting entertained than getting
content.
Yeah, they don't want to think. They don't want to. People keep running away from the truth about themselves, and a good movie festival does that. It shows you the part of you do not want to confront, and it shows it to you sometimes in a harsh way. So yeah, there are a number of movies, or I would say filmmakers. There is a filmmaker called Lukman Ali. he's mostly into action movies,
Okay.
but he tests quality. You watch his movies and you see that this person is an African who's not afraid of attempting quality that is Hollywood standard. There are a couple of other filmmakers, most of them Nigerians. The truth is Nigerians have dominated over and over again. Then within Nollywood, unfortunately, I don't see a lot of Nollywood movies.
Really?
Yes, we are struggling to get there. And yeah, there's been a lot of very bold filmmakers who have created platforms for that brave outing as a filmmaker. There's Kunle Afolayan. Kunle Afolayan once in a while makes some very amazing movies. You point out errors every now and then in almost every Nigerian movie. But recently I saw one that almost tore that boundary. Breath of Life.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Breath
think
of Life.
somebody has mentioned it. Some of our students have mentioned it.
Yes, Breath of Life. And then the reception for that movie would show you why movies like that don't really thrive. I mean, people had, it's not really cool, it's boring.
Really?
But yeah, it was a movie that tested boundaries,
Wow.
it pushed boundaries. For it was a good start towards something beautiful.
Okay.
Breath of Life, Gangs of Lagos,
Okay.
Brotherhood.
I've
Yeah,
heard about
movies that-
Brotherhood as well.
Yeah, so there are some very amazing movies. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. I'll switch over to Uduak. We'll talk about those movies, like he has done. I am happy you talked about the African sub-region because most people have said they do not know, like I said before. So you talk about movies on the global scene, Hollywood, and any other one. I'm waiting to hear something. I'm waiting to hear. Okay, on the global scene, and then African sub-region, Nigeria, before we come to Akwa Ibom State.
All right. So the way she said, "I'm waiting to hear something," is like this is a trap, but I'm not going to fall into it. All right. So okay, I'm asked to share a lot of movies, but I would just share two.
Okay.
Reason being that the first speaker has already taken some.
Oh, okay.
But then that's notwithstanding. Now, what kind of movies get to me? I'll start by listing what you must have in your movie before it gets to me. Now, number one, cinematography.
Good.
The kind of cameras you use.
Okay.
Do you know how to use the camera, your angles and everything?
Okay.
Then number two, your costume.
Okay.
Your costume has to blend with the theme of your story. What are you telling us about?
Fantastic.
And how do they look? Are you very particular about your costume? I can remember so many times while we're shooting, our director will send us back and say, change that costume. It's too tall, it doesn't suit with this environment.
Okay.
So your costume has to be really good too. Then your lighting, that your location, what's the color of the building, your set design. You can't be talking about luxury and you're using face me, I face you. You have to properly define what you're talking about.
Okay.
The soundtrack, everything, those things makes it stand out. Now I'm going to mention this movie name, not because the movie was perfect, but when I mention the movie, you just try and remember what I just defined and ask yourself, did it blend?
Okay.
Now let's talk about Squid Game.
Sorry?
Squid Game.
Can you?
Squid Game.
Square or Square Game?
No, Squid.
Okay.
SQUID.
Okay.
Squid Game.
That's from Hollywood.
Yes, so not Hollywood per se, but it's a foreign movie.
Okay, foreign movie.
Yeah, it's not Hollywood. Alright, but one of the reasons why I'm mentioning that movie is because it was kind of popular, it went viral.
Okay.
Now, look at, I want you to remember one of those scenes where the prisoners were waking up. That wide angle shot when they just wake up from the people that are playing the game. When they wake up that morning, all of them stand up in unison. Some people are waking up, some people are walking around. I want you to take your mind to that scene. Their costume, the good color they chose for the costume. I want you to look at the set design. I'm very sure they built that set for that movie. Now look at the set design, look at the costume, look at the camera, look at how the red that the wicked people were always wearing, how it is pepper red, how it is shining. Like those are the things that get to me about movies. because you need to tell your story well. I'm not even talking about the storyline. I'm not talking about if it was good or if it was not good. I'm talking about, there are sometimes you watch a movie, you say, oh, this movie is not sweet, but the movie is fine. Then you watch. So that's why, to me, according to my list, Squid Game, I'll mention Squid Game.
Okay.
Squid Game really works. Then, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like, what's the name of this movie again? Is it Baby Farm? Is it Baby... this thing? No, I'm serious. Whether it's Baby Factory, it came out recently.
When Baby Farm,
it should be Baby Farm.
Is it foreign as well?
No. It's a Nigerian.
Nigerian. Okay.
By Ebony Life.
Okay.
When I saw that movie,
Baby what farm?
I think it's Farm.
It's Farm.
Yes, Baby Farm.
By Ebony Life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Compared to what Nigerians have been feeding us in this country, I think Baby Farm did well. They tried.
Okay.
And Ebony Life is a film school that is sponsored by Lagos government.
Okay.
Right. So, when I saw that movie, I knew very well that now movie school do this kind of thing. It was impressive compared to what we are seeing every day.
Okay.
Me normally, before I don't used to see Nigerian movies. After I started reviewing Nigerian movies, I started seeing Nigerian movies. I was advised to, because before when I started, it was just foreign movies I used to review. But they told me that I need to calm down and talk to our people. That's how I started seeing movies, YouTube movies. I watch things on YouTube. Sometimes I'll be done and I'm like, what's wrong? Where did my data go? For crying out loud. So I started seeing Nigerian movies, and I think Baby Farm did a good work. I'm not talking about their storyline.
Okay.
Me, I always have issues with stories because of course I'm a writer, so I'll be a little bit picky with stories.
Okay.
But then when you talk about the camera quality, the costume, the intentionality about the costume, the location, they are trying. So I think Baby Farm also is there. So do I need to do Akwa Ibom?
We're getting there.
Alright, okay.
Alright, I want to say, like, the first research I did on Akwa Ibom movie industry, I focused on creating awareness, because I have been in Lagos. I know how much they promote the industry. They have, programs on television, on radio, to talk about movies. The producers, directors will come in and talk about those movies. So when I came over to Akwa Ibom, I was looking at, I did not see it. That was what inspired me to go into that particular research. So I'm done with that. This one now is aesthetics, because from that research, I discovered that we are producing movies in good quality and we need to promote them as well. So that is why I decided to do this. And I always say that I am from Akwa Ibom State. Like Jesus Christ said, that you should he said, you shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost has come upon you, and you shall be my disciples in Jerusalem. Starting from where they were. You do not go far. Start from where you are. It affects your people. Let us know you here first. If you say you are a celebrity, how many people know you in Akwa Ibom State, the rest of Akwa Ibom? So know your people and promote your the industry here. So it is good you were advised and you heeded that advice. So that's why I'm doing all of this. I'm happy you have started watching Nigerian movies. I'm hearing this for the first time.
Really?
Go and look for it and watch it. Okay. So in Akwa Ibom State, I have selected 6 movies. You may have watched 1 or 2 of all of them. You may not have. But if you do not, I will mention the movies. If you do not, then you talk about generally Akwa Ibom movies. First one is Ekabasi. Ekabasi is produced by Dr. Prince Ike Egwasi. He is Igbo, but he has been here. He is more like an Akwa Ibom person. Of course, you know him now.
Yes, I know.
He's a director in Marvin's Nolly. Okay, and it was directed by Moses Esco. We have Pico, was produced by Dr. Idiongo Usen Smith, I.D. Smith, and directed by Frank Abaseko. Frank Abaseko is Miracle Blaise's kind of person, technical, cinematographer, and all of that. And then we have Bridge of No Return, produced by Patrick Dan and Lois Ipa, and directed by Moses Esco. We have The Eyes of All movie, produced by Immaculata Valentine, and directed by John Henry. I've spoken with all of these people. We have The Imperial Rifts, directed by Dr. Ekaite Bryan. Produced by Dr. Ekaite Bryan and directed by Paul Frank. Paul Frank is the only person I have not spoken with. And if I cannot speak with him, he has not been able to give, agree, give me an appointment. So if I do not speak with him, I would have done, because I have spoken with everybody except him. And then we have one more movie. Let me look at it. Okay, this is right here. So I am looking at those movies. I'm looking at aesthetic elements in those movies. I have mentioned Higher Crime, produced by Francis Anibet Francis, and directed by Uduak Patrick. He spoke with us from Lagos. So if you have seen any of these movies, you talk about the aesthetic elements there. If you have not, then you talk about Akwa Ibom movies in general. So I'll start with Miracle Blaise.
Okay, a good way to start would be, first of all, saying thank you to everybody who's putting in energy towards making films. Making films is never easy. You only get to discover that when you get into making films yourself. It's a little bit easier from the outside. And I remember there was a time I used to be so harsh and so hard on filmmaking. You guys are messing up here. I made low budget movies for a long time, and I remember when I handled my first properly funded movie, I saw things go out of my control. I saw things spiral out of control, and I saw my final result, and I was mad at myself for a long time. And I just figured, I have to calm down. So first off, I have to say thank you to all the films you've mentioned, all the producers behind those jobs, all the directors. So I haven't seen any of them, very honestly, mostly because I am very picky about the movies I see, and I'm still coming around. Okay. For a long time I've like kind of isolated myself as a filmmaker, but I'm still coming around, and I actually look forward to, especially Higher Crime. I'm looking forward to seeing Higher Crime. So talking about the Akwa Ibom industry generally, I believe that first off, the filmmakers around here are doing well in their productivity level. Yes, they are doing well in their productivity level, and technically that is the core of everything, because you can have amazing stories and just be inside your bedroom and do nothing. But the filmmakers around here are constantly pushing the boundaries of putting out stuff, and we all know how hard it is doing films. So I have to note that first about the industry here. Once in a while I've heard of properly produced movies with very good budgets. I mean, to have people from here who are able to put money into making films, regardless of how small the industry here is for now. But I also believe that we have a long way to go as an industry.
Okay.
First of all, there is a heavy divide.
Okay.
There is a heavy divide. The industry here is not centralized. As you spoke about Lagos, one thing you know about Lagos is it is one industry. It is one industry. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that bullies you about the industry from there is you can identify that these are the people making this, thriving in this angle. They come from this one place. We don't really have that here. Everybody is a standalone force. Okay. Everybody is a standalone force. And I feel like to achieve success for each person, we have to achieve success first as a group. Okay. The atmosphere has to change. The ecosystem has to change. We have to learn together. Okay. The industry is moving fast on the outside, but because everybody is just there on their own, we are not creating an ecosystem that pushes everybody. Okay. So I think as an industry, first of all, everybody has to interconnect and pay attention to the fact that there is something we have to pick from the outside and feed it into the system. Okay. Yeah, feed it into the system. There's also a lack of communication system. Okay. Recently, I was trying to find actors for a project, And I went online and I typed in actors, actresses, and I could not find anything.
Okay.
Actors are not putting out themselves enough. Technically, just a few producers putting out their job, or we're not, actors are not putting out themselves. Cinematographers are not putting out themselves in the way that they should. So we have a lot of work to do, and this is with all due respect to everybody who's making film here. I mean, to grow, we have to admit first that there's a problem. Yeah. Then visually, we have very heavy growing to do, and I say that beginning with myself.
Okay.
Yeah, from myself into the outside. There is a huge challenge. There is a huge wake-up call, and we are not pacing up enough. There is the passion to push, but we have to be realistic, and we have to begin to create systems where we can begin to advance as a group. I would say again, as a group. Yeah. So I'll summarize by saying thank you to everybody who's making films. Thank you very much for every attempt, every story you have told. But I think it is time to really, really fly as a state. Yeah, there are potentials, heavy potentials. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, I am going to introduce a co-host. I actually forgot. I am so sorry about that. Nyabasi is not in the mood to talk today, but I am not interested in whether she wants to talk or not. Nyabasi, this is your time to introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're going to watch. My name is Nyabasi Daniel, and you know it's still your girl Delilah, the lyrical vibe queen. You know how the thing goes, cause your girl self now optimum, and we're here to give you the optimum inspiration that you deserve. I would advise you should not touch that dial. I love you all, and I'm not signing out. Mwah.
Very good.
She has to teach me that.
Everybody loves Delilah's introduction. We had the honorable member representing Itinan State Constituency, and the chairman House Committee in the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, and chairman House Committee on Science and Technology. He was in the studio. When it was time for Inabas to introduce herself, he was carried away. He was just looking at her, and then he said, she is going somewhere. So small time now, they'll come and take her. Me, I've told you how my millions. So once they carry you like this, if I do not get my millions every month, you will see trouble. You will see shaggy. Me like this, I will give you shaggy. So welcome. And then we had Mr. Emem Abasi Umoh, who walked in. I will not do to you what I used to do when I was on Inspiration FM. I have repented. Otherwise, you foresee me today. So he just walked in. Let me see how I will switch this my camera to catch him. Okay. All right. There is. Introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Umoh. I'm a cinematographer, creative director, and also a digital marketer.
Okay. All right. Sorry. We have a little challenge today. But I do not like to look at the challenges. We move. In theater, he's a theater artist. So anyhow, the show goes on. So not a problem. So we have talked about what inspired them into going into their various fields. We have talked about aesthetics in movies globally, Nollywood, and Akwa Ibom. Uduak has not spoken. She's hoping I will forget. I refuse to forget anything in Jesus' name. So you tell us your own view about Akwa Ibom movies, aesthetics, and then I will come to Emem.
Okay, surprisingly, I would have been part of the group that did not watch everything. But thankfully, I was on Imperial Rift.
We're there together
when they made the movie. Now, I feel like Mrs. Ekaite Bryan, if I'm getting her name correctly. Dr.
Ekaite Bryan, yes.
Yeah, put in so much work on that movie. The what really inspires me about that movie is her building her sets.
Okay.
That, to me, that's it. She built that set from nothing. Like, I don't know if anybody knows Uduak, but that's sand side. It took them time, took them energy. Students, they built that set from nothing, and then also created. They made an epic movie. I feel the effort put into that movie was really good. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Now, you know, when we talk about Akwa Ibom movie, I feel that it's divided into two.
Okay.
We have two Akwa Ibom movies.
Okay.
I'm serious. Have you seen 1929? Have you seen First Empire?
Okay.
By Mrs. Ndi Akan.
Okay.
Right? I'm my niece, so.
You're her niece.
Yeah, so sorry, please. So, to make up. Alright, but have you seen 1929 First Empire? No, minus joke. This is not even about relationship thing. Go online and search for First Empire.
It is not online. It's just the teasers and the
I'm
trailers.
just saying, okay, so that they know who who produced it.
Okay.
Diakan, Viansa Production, that's the name of our production. 1929. I love the fact that they tell stories that have information, that pass information. If you check 1929, it was about women, that war. It was really good. I went online, was it some days ago, to search, and I saw the part where that bridge, there was a scene where the women were on the bridge. They did that drone shot. I was like, this is a very beautiful scene, because it sent shivers down my spine. That is a movie. Until tomorrow, the movie is on Amazon. It's doing very well for itself. So that's from Akwa Ibom. Is from us. So I want to say that even First Empire is doing very well too. So I feel like then Best Friends in the World was also shot in Akwa Ibom.
Best Friends
In the World, yes.
Oh, really?
I was in the movie.
Wow.
It was
Who
shot,
produced it?
it was Neptune 3 Studio. That's Jemima and Damina's children.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Best Friends in the World.
Yes.
Okay.
This is in one.
Is it on YouTube? Is it available?
Yes.
Okay.
Go to Neptune 3 Studios.
Okay.
They did the season 1. Like, if you see effort, I want you to go to the scenes where they are doing like students are done with school, and you see all of them coming out with their uniform. They were the first producers that used Ankara as uniform for students. You know, normally we just sew plain, but they use Ankara. It's the intentionality about it's the creativity for me. Those are kind of things that gets me. Like when they all come out under their uniform, they give them a wide angle shot. These children come, some are playing, some are talking. Like, that is a movie. That's beauty for me. I'm not even talking about storyline now.
Okay.
I'm talking about beauty, efforts to stand out, and to show you that their effort was really good. That movie is trending, not in Nigeria. I'm talking about internationally now.
Wow.
So to me, I feel like Akwa Ibomers, we have the ones that jagged Akwa Ibom movies.
Okay.
And I've seen 1929. I've seen First Empire. I've seen Best Friends in the World. Those are really good movies.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay.
All Akwa Ibom.
All right. Well done. Please, Miankaniga no more. Okay, so I will try and watch this one as well. I wish I knew about it. I would have put it among the movies I'm reviewing, but I cannot do that at the moment. I will tell you something offline. Okay, just remind me that I said I will tell you something offline. Okay, I am going to switch my camera to Mr. Emem. You're taking us back, but all the same, you'll tell us what inspired you to go into your field. You talk about movies on the global scene, regional scene, national Nollywood, and then you come to Akwa Ibom. Over to you.
My name is Emem. Firstly, so I should talk about
what inspired you to go into cinematography and all the things that you did.
From when I was in secondary school. I'm actually someone that draws.
Okay.
I do comics. I know how to do comics. I draw. I'm a storyteller. And I didn't actually want to study cinematography. I wanted to study animations. Because two of my sisters are abroad. Okay. So the plan was to go out for an animation program, but things happened. Life happened, I couldn't. So I went to the nearest thing that was close to the whole art and flying stuff, which was cinematography. Now, so what inspired me actually is I love to tell stories, and I feel like when you see a cinematic video, cinematic video starts from its storytelling, the storyline in it. I've watched a whole lot of Nollywood movies, have directed or co-directed music videos with Gaffer Udoh. So we've actually tried to, personally me, if I'm creating a particular set, there must be a story, whether it's in a documentary or in a music video. Then secondly, you asked about movies internationally. Nollywood. She's trying to connect.
Okay, just go ahead.
Okay, so Nollywood, they've actually tried. I think they are like the best, second best after Hollywood. I've not seen any country that's making movies.
And from the records, you're actually correct.
I've not seen any country, Bollywood, I've not seen any country, even UK movies, or those Black American, Gen Z, they're not really trying. Like, so we've actually tried, especially people, the Yorubas, the people that are really into Netflix or Nigeria, they have really tried. I've watched a lot of movies like Anikulapo. I've watched movies directed by Dimeji Ajibola and Ratnik. That's his first sci-fi film that he did. So Nollywood is actually, they've tried a lot, they've done a lot, and I feel there's going to be potential growth in the future. But still, we cannot still beat Hollywood, that's just the truth. Like, those people are crazy. Right now, people don't even, right now, if you're really into the whole cinematic stuff, people don't actually, Hollywood, they don't actually build sets from scratch. Their AI is not an Unreal Engine. He knows. Use Unreal Engine to build sets. I think Director Pink does it right now, all her music videos. So those people are actually really going to places and like they're going far. But we are actually trying. Then in terms of Akwa Ibom movies, I'm not someone that watch Akwa Ibom movies. Like that. I've watched, I think, amongst the list that you mentioned of movies, it's only a Kabasi.
I have watched.
I only watch a Kabasi
At least,
I only watch a Kabasi because my late auntie was there.
Oh,
Mrs. Margaret Umana.
Oh, okay. She was watching the Kabasi?
Yeah, she was the
my
Kabasi.
goodness.
So I think that was the only reason that made me watch it. I think I've watched Oyai.
Okay.
I watched Oyai, so I've not really. And then in terms of new Nollywood Akwa movie, I think I like Emem song movies on YouTube.
Like which one? Anyone?
I can't remember the name, but I follow her on YouTube. Any of her latest movie, I watch it because I know she's from the south. I don't know if it's Akwa Ibom or Calabar or Kosovo, but I know she's from the south. But I love her movies.
Okay.
I love the way she tells stories and the way they direct and everything.
Okay. Good. Oh, fantastic. Okay, let's try. Hurry up so that we do not spend too much time. Miracle has somewhere to go. Okay, the movies that are yet to deploy. You have talked about Akwa Ibom movies. You have talked about those that have and all of that. So I think we should leave that. Recommendations. What should we do? He has talked a little about what we should do. Miracle has talked a little about what we should do to ensure that we have more movies produced in Akwa Ibom State, embodying those aesthetic elements, such that, like Uduak said, he wants to see it over and over again. If you're looking for a movie to watch, it's just while away some time, what movie do you watch? So what can we do? I'll ask Uduak and Emem.
Okay, I can start, right?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I think what we can do is we should first learn. One of the things that I think Akwa Ibomites don't like doing is learning. You want to do something, you spend time to either go to school for it or you study online. There are materials online available for you to learn. You don't necessarily need to go to a film school. I went to a film school, Royal Arts Academy to be particular, but it's not compulsory. You can also do other things, but just learn and don't be proud, because some of them don't even know what they are doing. And if you tell them, okay, this is not how it's done, they will even listen to you. That's one issue we are having. Then secondly, I think we're having fund issues too.
fund issues. Some people know what to do, but they don't have enough money. We don't have support. We should have where filmmakers can go to, where they can get money from people, just to maybe with plan for later on. Maybe they pay later on. Then we should be open to collaborations. That's the one that used to bust my brain. Like we as a Yoruba person can meet his co-Yoruba person or Igbo person, say, oh yeah, let's join together to be shooting content. You can never hear of it with Akwa Ibomites. Why are we like this? Me, I don't have a problem. I don't reach out to people for collaboration, but I know people that have done that, and they have. You see someone that has not even blown. He cannot even reply his text message. What are you doing like that? What if your blow is in that collaboration? Akwa Ibomites need to be open to collaborations. Then we should be open to letting people use our houses for movies, or let me not even say house. Let me talk about place of maybe you have a shop. You go and meet someone, please, can I use this place? What do I need to do? They will say you should pay 100k, 50k for a movie because you saw them holding camera. Say what happened. Is that how they do it in Lagos? You have to be open to do that, because at the end of the day, if I pay that kind of money to you to use your shop, I will not advertise for you on my movie. I will cut that place where it's showing your shop. I will cut it off. It's true now. We need to be open to collaborate with our own people. Some of us, if we join forces together with my own crowd, his own crowd, we can make it together. And that's what people are doing. Mark Angel, look at the people you follow online and you'll be laughing at their content. That is what they are doing. So why are you not doing it? You want it to just be your own. Then when the person blow, you say it's our own. Our own has blown. Which your own? Did you support the person? Please make a note that's for you.
Okay, I spoke with it was Ibarra and I. We had an interview with Iquo, and she said exactly what you have said, that in the southwest they do a lot of that, southeast they do a lot of collaborations to ensure that we support one another and get the job done properly. So I'll come to Emem Edu, also talk about what we should do to improve in the industry.
Okay, firstly, I think we should change our mentality about how we see the film industry in Akwa Ibom. For instance, I was on the set, I don't want to mention the director, it's very popular. I was on the set, me and Dongrapher. You called us to come and do DOP work, and like, we know that you're the boss, you're in charge of the set, but you're doing something wrong, and you just want it to be your way. Dongrapher is trying to tell you, sir, we can't do it this way, let's do it this way. And you feel so irritated. Be like, no, it is not my way. It's not like, if it's not my way, then there's no other way out. So most of these directors in Akwa Ibom, you just feel like people who are working for them or are not in their level, they don't know what they are doing. They don't want to learn from the younger generation. Most times they don't even do research like us. Because the best place to learn filmmaking, man, was going to film school self, is YouTube. I did 3 months training cinematography under someone, but I want to tell you that I've been 4 years. In that 3 months I didn't learn anything. The man just used to drop camera in the studio and he would tell you, learn from YouTube, that he may learn from YouTube, there's camera, learn from YouTube. But most of these directors don't even have that time to be going to actually research on new things. So they just feel like you don't know, you're talking nonsense when you're trying to like advise them, not like you're trying to like override them. That's number one. Then number two, collaboration is also very good. Collaboration has taken me so far. It has made me meet people. Most times I can create a shoot, use my money, rent equipment, I won't shoot. I can call somebody to come and shoot, all because I want to learn from that person. That is how I got close to Dongrapher. I've learned collaborating from him. I've learned a lot of things, but it was always me funding the project. So collaboration can make you meet people who are better than you. You will learn from them. You also leverage on their audience that they have. And thirdly, I feel cinematographers and creatives should learn the business aspect of filmmaking. Because it's not only good enough to know the craft, you should know how to sell your craft. That is my strength too.
Okay.
Anybody that knows me personally, you don't want to be like, if you don't want to meet clients, you tell me, follow me, let's go and pitch. I don't really know most of the stuff support. It's for me to make sure I make you spend your money for that thing.
Okay.
I will hype that thing.
Okay.
Now you need to learn how to sell, how to create the value, because if you're taking the craft as just now my talent or my passion, you need to take stuff as a real business. Unless you have something else to fall back on, or if this is what you do, you should learn the business aspect of filmmaking, how to close deals, how to make an investor to invest into your craft. We've done it before, I've done it several, and I feel there should be like a seminar where people learn the business aspect of filmmaking, so that even you don't also go on a loss, because of some deals you do, you spend money and you don't even see the profits from it.
Okay. Well done. I was actually going to say at the beginning that one of the things I like about Uduak is that go to her WhatsApp profile, her account number, account details are there. So just don't waste time. Don't pay the money. That's what you have talked about. So that is very good. Okay, I think the other question is about your focus in producing whatever your films, what you do. I think you've already answered all of that, and so no need to go to that. So financial support, you have talked about it. So I'm going to go to your achievements. I read some of yours, but I want to say those outstanding achievements you have recorded, and then achievements in the movie industry in Akwa Ibom State. You people do not really follow. She has talked a little. You has talked a little. So you can talk about it, or if you do not, you're not comfortable, you can leave it. But your own achievements, more importantly.
Okay. First off, I have to say it's been a wild journey as a filmmaker. I started making films in 2016. Started with my final year projects in the theater. I did a feature film, a hybrid film, fictional / documentary. After that, I just decided, I think it's time to go into professional filmmaking. And my next stop was a short film in 2019. And that was my first entry into a film festival, and that's Africa International Film Festival. And I had my first selection from that. So that was my first participation in a film festival. And from my experience of the film festival, the kind of films that were done there, I realized, this is the kind of stuff I have always wanted to chase. So I went into making other short films, and over time some of these short films got selections and awards in other film festivals. But the most notable achievement for me would be coming out the grant winner of a cervical cancer film production opportunity 2 years ago. So I think that was like a game changer for me on so many levels. There's been a few other things here and there, but generally, best achievement is that I'm still making films, irrespective of the challenges. I haven't dropped out. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. That's it.
Okay. Uduak.
All right. I would say my first achievement would be that after I was done with movie school, I produced my first job.
What's the name of that movie, by the way? I know it, but I like to say it.
I don't want to say the name because I'm not sure the language is good for me.
Okay, all right.
But then you can call it Man Trouble. Yes.
Okay.
You can call it Man Trouble because at some point we had to rename it.
Okay.
So it was produced in Lagos. I think that was 2020. And when I produced that movie, it was a lot. And at first it was as if it was not going anywhere, right? You know when you're done with production and you didn't even know that you were supposed to make effort in, okay, what will happen when I'm done with the movie? Where is this movie going? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, when we are done, the crew has, everybody has left me. I'm like, how is my movie going to sell? But then I want to thank God that at least I eventually sold the movie to Star Times bought it. Then recently my marketer reached out to me and a YouTube channel as in got it again. They want to be picking clips from the movie too, and I got paid. So I feel like, to me, that was like my baby project, my first project, and I'm quite emotional about that project. And for every time I get paid for that particular project, it inspires me. The reason why I'm sharing this story is because we also have producers like me who produce movie out there, and they were not well informed about what they do after they put out their project. I want to say that you should not leave that movie in the cupboard, because at some point I left my movie. I want you to pick it up, try and put it out there. You never can tell. So that's my major for now. Then also I want to say that I started writing scripts professionally, because I used to hide my scripts. I used to be like, when I have that money, I'll be posting it. I'll be producing my job. I don't want to share my intellectual property. But when I moved down to Akwa Ibom, that was I think last year, I started writing script professionally, and to me that's a big thing for me, because I never saw my writing talent as a talent I would want to make money from. I was keeping it for myself. So I think that's it. Yeah, I'll share those two with you.
All right. We have been talking to filmmakers, cinematographers, film analysts, Miracle Blaise, Miss Uduak, Ntuen, and Emem, Umoh. But I would like us to take a short break at the moment. Please stay with us. Thank you, and God bless you.
Do you have a business idea? Are you thinking of how to work your dream? Then be inspired. Learn from experienced entrepreneurs. Discover and develop your talents and potentials. Be challenged. Take that bold step to start up your business. Use your skills for the good of the society. Give wings to your vision. Let it fly. Be inspired. Brought to you by KIJC, live from KIJC Studio, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Live stream via Facebook at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Watch the rebroadcast via YouTube every Saturday by 6 p.m. at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo. Be inspired, promoting entrepreneurship.
Welcome back from that short break, and thank you for staying with us. If you this is Be Inspired. We are reaching you live from our KIJC studio, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Please remember to like and follow our Facebook page at Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo, and join us on Monday, April 28, 2025 for the rebroadcast of this particular episode at 7 p.m. by Facebook page, Be Inspired Talk Show with Iquo, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at KIJCENL. Okay, we have been talking to Miracle Blaise. Very interesting, very insightful discussion here. So much content. If you have been listening, if you are following, not so entertaining, but full of rich content. So please pay attention to what they have shared. Miracle Blaise, he's an independent filmmaker. Miss Uduak Ntuen is a scriptwriter, is a producer, and most importantly, film analyst. And we have Emem Umoh, who is a cinematographer. Okay, so we are getting to the end, gradually getting to the end of this. I do not even want it to end because I know what I am gaining from here. Okay, so I will ask Emem for your own achievements. Okay, you talk about that and the ones you know about the industry in Akwa Ibom. If any, if not, you can leave it. But talk about your own achievements. You can also talk about your business, your other personal business.
Okay, I've not shot any movie per se, but I've co-directed music videos and commercials. I think 2021, I was an assistant director for a commercial with any stores. Yeah, I directed that store for Gafaldo. He was the director, I was assisting him, directing mostly the cast and every stuff. So my other achievement is the ability to buy equipment.
Very big one.
Equipment is fucking costly.
What?
It's so costly.
You do not use that word. What did you say?
Okay, take it back.
Okay, please. Sir.
Equipment is so costly. Like all of us are in this craft, like it's so costly, and when you're starting, you will see shaky. You don't have equipment from different people.
Okay.
It's a normal thing. So it took a lot for me to be able to get my first camera and a gimbal. So it took a whole lot. I think I went broke after buying those equipment.
Normally.
But you bought it.
Yes, I bought it.
It's mechanical and bucket.
I went broke after buying that equipment, but it was worth it. Months of saving and saving and saving for it to get. So then thirdly, one of my achievements is that I run a marketing agency on the side with some known people in Uyo. I'll just mention some of them. Iquo, she's a Twitter influencer. Then Monami Photography, Namso Bomb. Like if we are all creatives, I think we should all know one of them. So it's the market. The name of the marketing agency is Sell Out Sound. We started it this year fully.
So how does it work? How are you going to sell us? How are you going to market us and get investors into this program?
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that one later.
Okay.
But Sell Out Sound started as more of like a Twitter influencership kind of stuff. So a group of Twitter influencers, we come together to help brands get visibility by creating trends. Like now, if we are used to Twitter or X, the renamed name.
We're very active on X
when we
as
enter
well.
those apps, we'll see topics of personal people trending for a day. So those trends are created by people, and it's a movement of people to make sure you stay on that trend among top 10. So that was how Sell Out Sound started. We're doing that as a Twitter trend for like 3 years before we decided to start it as a full-blown marketing agency. So what we literally do, like what we tell brands is that we help you as a brand bridge the gap of trust between your brand and your ideal customers by making you scale and giving you visibility, because business is all about trust. Because everybody in every industry, there's competition. You see, let's say the e-commerce, we have Alibaba, now there's Temu. So now what differentiates your brand from another brand is how you tell your brand story, which still builds trust. So that is what Sell Out Sound is all about, in a nutshell.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask the last question here, which is your passing shot. What you would like to say to the people who are watching, who will watch later, and the members of the creative and entertainment industry, film producers, directors, actors, and all of that. I will start from Miracle Blaise.
Okay. So once again, good afternoon, everybody. First off, it's been a pleasure being here and having this discussion. It's been mind-opening. Also listening to the other speakers as well. What I would say is, I would say, first off, filmmaking is a lifestyle. Everything is a lifestyle, technically. But sometimes, I think as filmmakers in this part of the world, we forget that it's supposed to be a lifestyle and not just a job, not just an attempt to make something, but an attempt to live. And that is where excellence comes from. If your life is at the center of it, you would seek to reach as much beauty as possible. You may not get to the hub of beauty at once, but every story you tell, every film you produce, as long as it's treated as a lifestyle, gets better and better and better. I'm on that journey. I know a lot of persons are. So just my word to all storytellers is look to what you're doing as a lifestyle. That is what separates Hollywood from any other place. It's a life for them, an entire. You find a filmmaker in Hollywood who makes just one film with his entire life. People doesn't mind wasting every other aspect of his life because he knows the importance of one story, the importance of that one story. And for people who are non-filmmakers who are just filmmaking enthusiasts and film enthusiasts, I would say it's encouraging for filmmakers when we find that people engage with what we are doing positively, and also by leaving room for criticism as well. But criticism should always be done the right way, in a healthy way. I used to be one of those persons who would criticize in a very unhealthy way, but as I've said, life has a way of picking you and putting you in shoes you've criticized, and you just figure, wow, there are gray areas. So yeah, for film enthusiasts, film critics, keep doing what you do, criticize, show love where necessary. We need a lot of love in what we are doing. So that's it. Thank you so much once again.
Okay. All right. I love your choice of words. I know what I heard and what you said. You could have said it another way, but I like the way you said it. So well done. So I'm going to Uduak now.
Alright, so I would say that as a creative, whether a filmmaker, a writer, any creative, I know what it feels like to have an idea in you and you don't have funds or you can't make it work. I just want to advise you today that you should take that bold step. Write that script, make that content, look for the easiest way you could start whatever you want to do. I always feel like you have what it takes to move to the next level in your current life, meaning that you might have people that are willing to collaborate with you to get there, or you might have finances that you're not even sure it's enough, but it's enough. I just want to give someone that hope, that cheer. Go get it. You have it already. So that's it.
Wow. I love the emotion you brought into it. Like a true woman. Was so touching. Okay, thank you very much. That's what we preach in Be Inspired. Take that bold step, start up that business, no matter how small, regardless of the challenges. So well done. I am going to Emem, Mr. Emem. Ese Abasi. I like that name. That means look at God. When you're looking at God. Ese Abasi, yes. Ese Abasi, we are looking at God.
Okay. I would say you should.
Okay.
I would say every filmmaker should have passion for your craft, because it's passion that will keep you going very well. It's just like in business or entrepreneurship. Not everyone that is good in business, not everyone that likes business. You must have the passion for business to be in business. So filmmaking is, you must have that passion must be there. Then secondly, don't underestimate the power of people. She said something of find the simplest way to get things done. I always do that. If I write a story and I know that this budget to do this story is 200k, I'll find the simplest way and bring people that can reduce that budget to 50k. I do it alone. That's why I say don't underestimate the power of people. People will take you to places that money cannot take you. I know how many times I have called for favors in these industries, especially equipment, all because of the way I relate with people and the kind of person I am. So I feel creating a good relationship with your fellow filmmakers is going to take you, or content creators or entertainers will take you a long way. Then thirdly, is for people who are not actually in the industry. They should try to appreciate those who are in the industry. Because I always have this kind of rejection, like you call me for a job to do an event and I'll give you a price and you just be like, is it not just to shoot video? Madam, maybe it is just to shoot video. If it is just to shoot video, if it is just to shoot video, use your phone and use CapCut now. You liked what you saw in my previous jobs, and this is the rate card. Like people especially in Akwa Ibom, they don't appreciate the craft. they feel like they are doing you a favor by contacting you for a job, for the craft that you took time, money to learn. So I feel like non-creatives should try to appreciate the craft, whether the craft of photographers, drone pilots, content creators, cinematographers, storytellers, because all of them spend time and effort and hours of learning to reach a particular level.
Okay, thank you. Last but not the least, I'm going to switch to Inia Basi for your passing shots. Are you ready?
Oh, I didn't know I was looking this fine. And I did not even wear my steeds. Okay. Alright. Finally, successfully, we have come to the end of this program, and I want to give my parting shot. First, I felt like we were in one hot room like this. You know, everybody will have to bring in their own idea, and I was like, where am I?
Where is your own idea?
Where's my own? Because I don't even know what to say. Well, I really appreciate. I have learned a lot. I am going to go back to the house and research a lot. I have questions for them.
Okay.
But there is how I want to put the questions. Maybe they will answer it online and we'll read it here. I have lots of questions for them.
Okay.
Especially for Miss Uduak.
Well, you should have said so, but you can actually ask. I think you
That's
should
what I'm saying.
ask.
I need to analyze my questions well. I need to put them well. So that she will not criticize me in the process. Are you serious?
Film critic.
Okay, so good afternoon once again. I am happy that we have come to the end, as I said earlier. My name is still Delilah Daniel, the lyrical vibe queen. You know how the thing goes, cause your girl self now optimum. I love you all, and this time around I am signing out. Mwah.
Okay. All right. So I want to say thank you, very big thank you. I am actually carrying out a research, like I said, on the Akwa Ibom video film industry, looking at aesthetics. So I needed to get people who are into that particular aspect to talk about it. I am happy Miracle Blaise has been here. Like I said in my introduction, about 4 or 5 people have mentioned him to get him here. Miss Ntuen, she does a good job. She will take the movie, she would dissect it. So I needed her to come and talk about movies. And then of course Mr. Emem Umoh as a cinematographer. And I have learned a whole lot. So many perspectives you have brought into the subject matter. Thank you so much, Miracle. Thank you very much, Uduak. Thank you very much. Okay, Emem, thank you so much. So we have come to the end of this program. I think we have done more than 1 hour. I think
Yeah,
so.
well, we
have
have
done
a feedback from somebody.
Yeah, feedback. Okay, can you? What's the feedback?
Okay, the person said, today's edition is very special. But you, Ma, did not introduce it as another special edition. So she listened and she did not hear another special edition. So she's saying that today's special edition is special, but there was no special edition in the introduction.
I think it was. I think I overlooked it, not for any reason. So this has been a very special edition of the Inspired Talk Show. She has been complaining that we always say special
edition.
Now that we have not said, she's complaining. Please, what do you want in this life? Okay, so we have come to the end of today's very special edition of the Inspired Talk Show with Miracle Blaise, Uduak Ntuen, and Emem Umoh. Okay, so I'd like you to remember to join us on Monday for the rebroadcast of this particular episode by 7 p.m. via our Facebook page, The Inspired Talk Show with Iquo. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and follow the page. I like to give glory to Almighty God. Without God, we will not be here. God is before and after all things. By Him, all things consist. So glory to Almighty God. My sisters, for the support. Barrister Ari Johnson in Lagos, #1 fan all the way from the United States of Kaduna, according to Mrs. Patience Malaki, and our top fan, Emem, according to Inia Basi. By that, Sylvia Ntuen Johnson, my brother, is in the studio. Bell for him. Francis Johnson, Brother Francis Johnson, thank you so much. My son. Therefore, Boboski, thank you so much for the support. My daughter, baby girl, Chloe baby, thank you so much. And Mr. and Mrs. Mbodile Obiosio, all the way from Sweden, thank you for always sponsoring our publicity flyer. And Mr. Wallaby Samuel in Uyo, thank you so much. I'd like to thank our publicity team, Mr. Taylor Reese, Sunday Basil, Mr. Abasimo Ivana Ikanbo, and Ms. Regina Timothy. And of course, our crew, Esther is unavoidably absent today. Inyabasi is here. Queen Grace is one of us. Patience Malaki is one of us. Thank you so much for the support. And for you out there who will watch this program later, thank you so much for always watching and liking. We have a whole lot of feedback. I knew that today will be a long session, so I did not bother to prepare the feedback. We'll take that some other time. Thank you so much for making our time to watch and send your feedback. So we'll be here next week Saturday again. Please join us then. Thank you so much. My name is Iquo Johnson. I am the host of this program. As I sign out, I say to you, be good to yourself, be good to others. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and the month. The month is ending a few days from now. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and remember, you will succeed if you do not give up on that dream. Be inspired.